The data that we had is also the wider context of we had a pretty ugly week, but actually today pound levels are to what we saw pre-budget.
Well, the pound is perhaps more to do with the fact that the Bank of England's shown that it's willing to step in. This second quarter GDP figure, yes, it's welcome news, but what we're expecting is in the third quarter for the slump to begin, because of course this is when you had the national bank holiday for the Queen's funeral. There was this sombre national mood, probably weighing on sentiment. And what we also had this morning with the house price data from Nationwide, they showed there was no growth in September, first time that's happened in a year. So you're already starting to see the weight of inflation, rising interest rates, they're likely to rise even higher because of this budget. And so the recession risks remain in the longer term.
And this is really having a political cost for the Conservatives. And we saw that remarkable poll yesterday in terms of the lead that the Labour Party, opposition Labour Party, are taking versus the Tories. What is the mood when you speak to Conservative parliamentarians and MPs leading up to the Conservative Party conference next week?
Alarmed. This is the biggest poll lead for any political party in 20 years. Of course, it comes back to the budget. Kwasi Kwarteng behind the scenes is pleading with Tory MPs to get behind his plans. We're hearing that lots of them are actually calling for him to resign just to give Liz Truss the political cover to reverse the tax cuts. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Truss, Kwarteng and the Trade Secretary, Kemi Badenoch, came out yesterday, guns blazing, saying that these plans are going to boost the economy. And so it's a very awkward mood going into Tory conference. We'll be going, Tom. And you've got the big heavyweights of the party, some of them not even going to Birmingham, like Rishi Sunak, because he says he wants to give Truss some space.
So where does this leave, I guess, the government's resolve to continue with the tax cuts?
I mean, Truss is in a very, very awkward position, because if she carries on, then she risks angering financial markets more. You've got Bank of America today saying that parity with the dollar is in sight potentially by the end of the year. If she backs out, she risks her credibility. So what she could do is cut spending. And Bloomberg Economics says that she'd have to cut spending by more than George Osborne in the austerity years if she wants to balance the books. So really politically ugly. Really interesting that she's going to meet the OBR chiefs today. I cannot underestimate how unusual this is. And we've just been having a debate on the economics desk as to how to interpret this. On the one hand, is this the government trying to weigh on the independent forecaster? Or is it actually the government cap in hand to the markets, accepting that it should have gone to the OBR in the first place if it wanted to have the credibility for its economic plans?